Hey everybody, thanks so much for joining us today. It's Dawn Johnson with United Real Estate, and I have the honor and the privilege of talking today with Sensei Michael Price. Thank you so much for being here with us today, Sensei.
You are so welcome, Dawn. It's my pleasure.
Wonderful. So Sensei Price owns the Charlotte Martial Arts Academy, which is just a premier martial arts academy here in Charlotte. And I can talk very freely about this because my family and I, are members of Charlotte Martial Arts Academy family. And that's what it really is there, isn't it, Sensei? It's a family.
It is. It is. When we moved to Charlotte a long time ago, my family took over the business from somebody else. It was my wife, my son, my daughter, and we all ran the school. And it's still the family doing it. We love it. And, it's kind of the family atmosphere we started 20 years ago, and nothing better.
Wow, that's fantastic. I love it. We love being a part of it. And we just love the very positive interaction every time we go in there. It is always positive, family friendly. Everything that's going on there, everyone is just trying to provoke the very best of everyone. Always coming together, trying your best. It's just great. I know you guys have some really good programs you offer for the entire family. Could you share some of those with us?
We do. One of the cool things is we kind of like your full service martial arts school. We have everything from martial arts from 4-year-olds all the way to adult lessons. We have your fitness side, or if you're not really interested in martial arts and uniforms and belts, we still got fitness classes where you can come in and hit the heavy bags and do some push-ups with us. We've got strength training. We've got, of course, our newest program this last year was our transported after-school karate program, where we are picking up from local schools, and some of the schools will drop off directly to us via CMS school bus, but we are picking up and bringing kids to the karate school every day.
Absolutely.
Right?
I know,
so they have a chance to do karate. Yes.
Yes, I personally love that because our own son goes there 3 days a week and gets picked up from school. He goes, he has a healthy snack. I mean, it's no chips and stuff going on. I think always a healthy snack. You guys take care of him, start him on his homework. Yep. And then the best part is you go right into their karate lessons. So
yeah,
it's extra
between karate lessons, a couple days a week, yoga classes, and next year we're expanding into dance and music lessons after school.
Oh my goodness! I just got the insider scoop, didn't I? I'm so excited.
Yeah. Here wow. You need the next insider scoop.
Yes.
We're looking into having on-site tutors available for the kids. So if you are already struggling with a child and you're already paying for a tutor to come to your house on Thursdays, well, we're looking at contracting with some local teachers that we've known for a while to come in and be here present at the school several days a week and just be able to tutor the kids. That way you can get it all at one spot and not have to schedule additional things into your day.
That is fantastic. I love how you
got the
find
scoop
exactly
first on.
Yeah, I love how you find exactly what people need and you incorporate it. That is just wonderful. And
I think
even
that
like
comes from. I think that comes from being a parent.
From being a parent,
you know, growing up and realizing how many demands there are on our time, and we only have so limited time to be able to be a family. Because being a family is not driving to 90 activities; it's doing things together. And if we can kind of consolidate homework time, snack time, martial arts, tutoring, all in that little period of time before you get off work and pick your kids up, that leaves you the night to have dinner and be a family and be together. So
absolutely,
we're excited about it.
Yeah, and then last night you did a new thing that we really enjoyed. Could you tell us about that? That was great.
Yes. So we were looking for ideas, things we could do to involve the family, the kids, and still build connections with our students at the school while we can't see each other in person. And I borrowed this idea from a very good friend of mine who owns a school in Dallas, North Carolina. And he hosted family bingo night. And last night was our first one. So I bought myself the good old fashioned bingo kit. Everybody printed their bingo cards at home. And I was the bingo host, my wife and I. And we had so much fun. The kids were telling jokes. I was telling jokes. It was a great time.
We loved it. We just sat at the table and just laughed. It was so fun. Yeah. And speaking of jokes, because you are like the joke king and you're always sharing your wonderful sense of humor that we love, could you share a joke with us now, Sensei?
Yes. Here's my joke for the day. And this is relevant because we can't get haircuts. And so how does the moon cut his hair?
I don't know. How does the moon cut his hair?
Eclipse it. Eclipse.
Oh, that's a good one. I've never heard that before. That was a good one.
I try. It's one of my things I do because my grandkids don't live in Charlotte. So every day I try to send them a video recording of me telling them another bad joke. So I have lists and lists and lists. And actually, I hate to say it, I have a spreadsheet. So I know which jokes I've already sent because I don't want to send them the same joke twice.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah,
I
I got
love
all
it.
OCD people.
I love it. Well, there was a joke someone told last night. I was trying to remember about two guys walk into a bar. Could you finish that for me?
Three guys walked into a bar. You think after the second one they would have learned the lesson?
I think there's something. I was like,
tell the joke.
you'd think one of them would have noticed it or something like that.
Yes. You need Olivia to tell the joke. Where's Olivia when you need her?
Yeah, that's awesome. So, Sensei, how long have you been around in the Charlotte area with Charlotte Martial Arts Academy?
Oh my gosh. My wife and I and our kids moved here almost 26 years ago. And I think it was 24 years ago. It was in 1996. And when we got here, we ended up working for somebody else at their martial arts schools.
Okay.
And we worked for them for about 4 years until we made the decision. We realized that the owner didn't have the same passion for martial arts that we did.
Mm-hmm.
For the owner, it was just a job for her. It was a way to have a living. But she didn't have a passion for the martial arts. And we made the decision to buy her out. And so we leveraged family and friends to see who would help us because we were young and and broke, to be honest. We moved here and we asked who would help us, loan us money so we could buy this business from her. And we ended up, my mom and my wife's mom and my sister all loaned us a little bit of cash. And we were able to buy the business. And this past November, we celebrated our 20th anniversary of owning Charlotte Martial Arts Academy, which makes us one of the, I know, right?
Yeah.
Which makes us one of the longest running schools in North Carolina.
Wow, in North Carolina.
Honestly, one of the longest running schools in the U.S. Most martial arts schools fail after the third year.
Wow.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Small business is not easy.
Yeah, you can tell that you just take so much care. And like I said, you just take everything that a family needs and put it right together in a little package. And it's such a family there. You really can feel that. I think that makes all the difference. Absolutely. And I know you have an interesting history about, who you studied from. Maybe you could just fill us in on that real quick.
I did. I started when I was 16 in the martial arts, and through a series of trial and errors and moving to different schools and studying with this one and working for this one, I ended up training under Richard Bastillo, who was one of Bruce Lee's first students. When Bruce Lee opened up a school in Chinatown, Los Angeles in the mid-60s, my instructor and his friend were the first students training with him. And so it's pretty awesome when you look at it because for the Johnson family, it kind of goes Bruce Lee, then my instructor, Richard Bastillo, then me, and then you guys are fourth generation students under that lineage, which is about as cool as you can get in the martial arts world. There's not much better.
We absolutely love that. And to know that we're learning these techniques that were just defined martial arts. I mean, they really did. It's just exciting.
Truly. To this, Bruce Lee died back in, I hate to say it, I don't remember. It's like in 69, 68. He died very, very young. And he is still, to this day, the most prolifically written about martial artist. Even now, there are still more articles in the martial arts magazines about him than any other martial artist. He has left such a huge legacy, on the martial arts world. So it is really cool.
So interesting. Now, I know before all of our shelter in place and everything, Sensei, you have a wonderful school. You run it with a great schedule. How have you continued that schedule and adapted and staying successful with our current shelter in place?
Wow. Well, I'm not going to lie. The first couple of weeks were a real challenge as we kind of took a step back and figured out, well, what can we do? Schools are closed. Businesses are closed. What do we do? And it took us about 10 days to come up with a plan. And the plan was, since we can't see you in person, we would offer classes over Zoom. And to make it the most effective as possible, because just one person leading a class over Zoom is good, but it's not great. So what we do is one person leads, 3 other staff members are logged in from their house. So if I'm 10 feet away from the camera demonstrating a technique or leading the class, the other 3 staff members are logged in and are watching the students in their little pictures and offering corrections and praise, which is just like when you're at the karate school. We're real big on trying to catch the students doing the right things. And it's really been a positive experience to have the staff members logging in from home. So rather than just one, there's 4 of us on a class, all working together in teamwork. And then supplementing the group Zoom classes with every student in the school gets a one-on-one Zoom call with one of the black belts to work on their individual techniques and offer some one-on-one experience with them. And I think that's been really popular.
Yeah, I know we've been doing that and we love it. And yeah, it's very nice to have that solid 15 minutes. It doesn't seem like much, but it really is when it's just you one-on-one, get a lot of.
And not to mention, it's, you know, we want to keep our employees, you know, engaged with the school as well, you know, because I feel badly that we're not able to offer them the same amount of working hours that we were before. So this is a good fit for everybody.
Yeah. And I know you're talking about designations and things that different staff members do inside your facility. I've always been impressed with how clean and meticulous you guys are. Just throughout, before even any of this COVID-19 stuff, you guys have just been amazingly clean. And I just wanted to see if you comment a little bit on how you're continuing that.
Yeah. So for our cleanliness, I learned one thing years ago at a martial arts business seminar. And they said, moms make the decisions in a family. The dads have input, but the moms make the decisions on scheduling after school and activities because they're typically the ones in charge of it. And they said specifically, if you want moms to be happy about enrolling at your school, it needs to be the cleanest place in town, and the bathrooms have to be cleaned all the time. Because a dad, let's be honest, a dad will roll in and he's going to see the mats and he wants his kid to be that martial artist kid. But a mom rolls into the building and she has a little more critical eye. She's looking at the tables. When's the last time were they cleaned? When's the last time that bathroom was cleaned? And that's a huge selling point to moms. So I learned that back in the early 90s, and it's been my goal ever since, is to make sure that we have the cleanest place in town. So going forwards, once we get the permission, the ability to open back up safely, we are going to have a dedicated staff member whose only job is to walk around and disinfect high-touch areas, doorknobs, countertops, bathrooms, sinks, anything that a student can touch. That's their only job, is to walk through the building and hit the high-touch areas. We are going to space out the classes when we're allowed to have in-person classes, space them out to give us 15 minutes in between each class to wipe down the mats, the training floors, any equipment that's been used, and make sure that the chance of transmitting something from class to class is as small as possible. And I think that's going to be really important for the parents to know that when they send their kids somewhere, that they're taking the precautions needed.
Absolutely. I know it makes me feel a lot better when I walk into the facility, and usually the only thing that you can smell is just a nice clean, maybe disinfectant or, you know, Lysol Purell. It just always, even before all of this COVID stuff, you can tell.
Thank you.
It is a very clean.
We really work hard on that. So we appreciate you noticing.
Yeah, absolutely. I know you talked a little bit about the different programs you do, but I just want to make sure that someone who's watching who maybe karate isn't their thing, but they just love to work out. I know you have a couple of programs that are just about health and fitness.
We do. We offer one program, we call it our strength and conditioning class. And it is light weights, lots of repetitions, and your goal is on building core strength and mobility. Our second class is a fitness kickboxing class, and that's a little more active. Our goal is to get your heart rate up. We're going to throw in some body weight exercises, some lunges, some push-ups, maybe a little running in place. and you're hitting the heavy bags. And let's be honest, when you put on a set of boxing gloves and you're hitting those big bags, there's very few things that relieve stress as greatly as that. And of course, both classes are able to modify based on your individual issues. I'm old, knees are kind of shot, so I have to modify what I do. Well, a 16-year-old's not modifying anything. They're good to go. So we have to make sure that, we have all the modifications available for everybody's physical abilities.
Yeah, that's wonderful. I love the fitness kickboxing class. And you're right, the heavy bags, it's so fun.
It is. I mean, you can't hit your spouse to take out your frustration without going to jail. So you might as well hit the heavy bags.
Absolutely. Now, what if somebody's watching and say, that sounds kind of fun, I'd like to try that? Do you have a program to allow people to kind of take a peek inside?
Absolutely. Before the whole pandemic, we offered a month trial to any one of our programs. Martial arts, fitness classes, all had a free month. With the pandemic, things are a little more stressful. Things are a little crazier. So we're going to offer 6 weeks to anybody who sees this recording from Don's channel. We'll do you guys 6 weeks of any one of our programs to check it out. Martial arts, fitness, and if you like it and you stick with it, fantastic. If you don't like it, hey, it's 6 weeks of activities for you and your kids while we're still kind of stuck in the house and have limited outdoor activities still.
Yeah, that's fantastic. What a nice offer. 6 weeks is a long time.
Thank you.
That's going to be great. Yeah. So if you're interested in that, just go ahead and put a comment down below, or you can PM me directly and I can get you hooked up and get you that 6-week free trial. That sounds wonderful. Woo-hoo. Yeah. And there was one other thing I wanted to touch on really quick. I know we're kind of talking for a while, but you really truly do instill a lot of character building in your programs. And again, as a mom, that's one of my favorite things, because I can hear the kids talking about what you've taught them. And it's just one other way to reinforce things outside of the home. And I just thought maybe you could just spend a second talking about your character building program.
I always thought that it takes a village to raise a child. And one of the things that we've noticed is that if a parent tells a child, make your bed, it may stick, it may not stick, it may take 20 years to stick, but you have somebody else, a trusted coach, a teacher, someone the kids look up to and respect, can deliver that same message, whether it's making a bed or eating healthy or, exercising, being respectful, polite. If they can deliver that message to the kids or to the adults in a fun and effective manner, they're way more likely to stick to it. And so we plan out all of our lessons. Each week has a theme or a lesson. Like this week, it's gratitude and appreciation. Because with this pandemic, we are so lucky that we still have a roof over our heads. We can still pay our electricity bill. How lucky are we? And there's so many people who are not this lucky. And we're really emphasizing with the children, because let's be honest, they take it for granted a lot, what we have. And so we're really talking about what it's like to not have any of this and the differences. And we should appreciate and make sure we are thankful to those people who make it possible. So I think it's important. The martial arts is so much more than just kicking and punching.
Absolutely. And I just love it when I hear something echoed through the house that you have taught, that week or in weeks prior. One of them specifically is that you laugh with people, not at people. And I just think that is so powerful. It's such a great life lesson. And I just love hearing them say things like that to each other around the house. And
thank you. It's something we really enjoy doing with the kids.
Yeah. So real quick, another rundown of the programs that you have available right now and what's coming in the future.
All right. So we're currently offering martial arts for ages 4 and up, fitness classes for adults and children. We offer transported after school karate programs beginning again as soon as it's safe in the fall. And as soon as it's safe, by the end of this month, we're planning full day summer camps. So we hope to be back on board at the end of the month and have people kicking and punching as safely as possible.
Excellent.
So, and I think just as things are going to be crazy, I think this summer we are going to continue to offer online classes and individual privates probably through the end of the summer.
Okay.
And due to their popularity, I don't want to say too much, but I think we might offer them permanently and have students the ability to continue having a one-on-one private lesson with a staff member from the comfort and safety of their own home, even in the fall, you know, because on those nights when it's busy and crazy and you don't have a chance to make it to class, wouldn't it be great to be able to dial in and spend 15 minutes with one of the instructors, getting some detail work and getting some improvement, even if you couldn't make it in person? So
yeah, I can
you're
agree.
getting
That
all the
sounds
scoops, Dawn, man.
I know, tell me about it.
You're getting all the information that I haven't told anybody yet.
I'm so excited. Thank you so much for sharing.
You're welcome. We're
This is
excited
lovely
about it too.
stuff. And then, of course, if you're interested and you'd like to see what the Charlotte Martial Arts family is all about, he has generously offered a 6-week free trial. So all you have to do is reach out, tell him you're interested. You can PM me or put a message in the chat. And yeah, we'd love to share and show you what this great family is about.
Absolutely. We'd love to have you come in and see the school when it's safe.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate that you sat down and explained a few things to us and we get to know you a little better. Thank you so much for your time.
It's our pleasure. Thanks for inviting me to come on. I love what you've done with your Facebook group. What a bright and cheery and informative group you've created. So
yeah,
very
absolutely.
awesome.
Thank you. Yes, just sharing some good news. And yeah, thank you so much for being here today. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye.